There is one organ which causes high blood pressure, and it's not what you think. And there are specific exercises you can use to target and fix your blood pressure easily. No diet, lifestyle changes, or medication required. Check the link in the description below, but for now, today's question.
A diagnosis of pulmonary hypertension. Tonight I grieve. Tonight I struggle as I write. I struggle to put my thoughts and fears into words that will be read. Tonight, I feel as though I am grieving. I feel so alone. Tonight, my heart is breaking in a million pieces for someone I love dearly. Tonight, I know he's fearing the unknown and there is nothing I can do to ease his worries. Tonight, I cry. For those of you who have been my following piece about my husband being diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension, you may understand why tonight is difficult, not just for me but for my husband as well. I suffer from generalized anxiety disorder which can steal my sanity and physical well-being, but tonight, I begged for peace of mind so I can give my husband 110%. After all, he's given me and our entire family 200% his entire life. My husband has always put us first and doesn't complain. He's always been an optimistic man during the hardest of times. My husband began working 35 hours per week at the age of 14. Due to personal issues within my husband's family, he had no choice but to find a job to pay for his Catholic education, clothing, and also help to buy food and pay for partial utilities and rent. The utilities and rent part began when he reached the ripe age of 16. In hindsight, I'm sure the stress of working full-time as a teen and having to find his own apartment by the age of 17 years old could have contributed to a lifetime of unexpected health issues. I'm willing to bet his private family issues also played a large role with his health issues that began years ago. Tonight I grieve because he has struggled with health issues his entire life without complaining. Tonight, I grieve because his story matters just as much as someone who has celebrity status. We are all connected, we all matter. Tonight I grieve because he is suffering in silence, trying hard not to worry his family. Tonight I grieve because I know he's scared. My husband has faced many health issues and surgeries since we've been together. He's always found a way to bounce back. He's suffered from asthma his entire life. His asthma turned out to be more than just asthma as the years persisted. I believe my husband was conditioned to work long hours at a very young age. It was his way of focusing on something outside of his own ailments. It was and has been his survival. Tonight, I grieve because he's not able to be the workaholic I would become angry with because he was never home. Even when my husband was home, he always found something to keep himself busy. Tonight, I grieve for his past, a past that used to leave me with mixed emotions, but at least he was enjoying life in ways I may not have understood. I want him to know, I get it now. But I can't share that because the focus is on regaining what he's lost. The focus is on being positive. The simple things he enjoyed have been taken away from him. My husband has been a hunter his entire adult life. His form of meditation was going out into the woods to hike, hunt for deer and elk. He went to Colorado 2 times and met up with our son to do elk hunts. The last hunt they did together was in October of 2017 and my husband's health had declined before the hunt. His love for our son and the outdoors overshadowed the breathing issues he was experiencing. My husband did not have a diagnosis of pulmonary hypertension at the time. They told him he had sarcoidosis and he was receiving treatment for that before he left. My husband's doctor gave him steroids for his breathing along with elevation sickness medicine, which is given to people who are going to be at a high elevation in order to ward off elevation sickness. My husband felt confident that the medicines would get him through this hunt. Sadly, he told me long after he returned home, that he wasn't able to keep up with our son and my son's friend on flat ground at a slow pace. My husband related that he had to turn around more than once and retreat back to their camp. He said he went in more than once and broke down crying out of frustration. I've been trying hard to hide my own fears. He needs me to be strong. I thought I was doing fairly well at hiding my fears. I thought maybe my anxiety disease would take a flipping back seat so I could put all of my energy and focus on my husband. After all, what he is going through and has been through is so much larger than my mental issues. Last week I finally had a breakthrough and decided I needed to begin a serious exercise program, which includes a diet change, power walking, using 2-pound weights for my arms and working out on my elliptical machine. I can't be fully there for him if I'm lacking my physical and mental health. Amazingly, the exercise along with some meditation as well seem to be helping my thoughts that replay like a high-speed merry-go-round inside of my mind. My motivation? I'm going to help my husband kick pulmonary hypertension's ass because together, we can keep seeking answers, together, we will be stronger. But tonight, I still fight back tears after watching my husband come home from work and sleep most of the evening because he is so fatigued he is not able to function as he used to. I'm grieving for the days that used to anger me. Those days when he was so busy, I felt he had little time for me. I would give anything to see him functioning at that level again. Yet, he continues to work and provide for us. He refuses to give up. Again, work is still his one reprieve. Work keeps him from focusing on his deep-rooted fears. He shared with me that he is scared to have the heart catheterization done, and the reason he fears it is because he's worried they may have to do surgery or something will go wrong during the procedure. His heart is causing fluid to back up into his abdomen and lungs. I keep trying to reassure him that once the procedure is done, they will be able to treat him properly and he will be doing the things he loves once again. But, tonight I grieve. I'm scared too, but I can't share that with my husband. How inconsiderate would that be? Aside from his time spent in the woods and with family, my husband probably has spent more time working since the age of 14, and that pisses me off. It pisses me off because in many ways he had no choice, and when he finally may have had a choice he had become a workaholic. How can I be angry with him for becoming a workaholic? It's an illness just like my anxiety disorder is. Our brains are all wired differently and we unconsciously find different coping mechanisms. His way of coping has been to work long hours. I have always felt horrible that I've been unable to bring in an income that is closely equivalent to what he brings home. He's told me he needs me at home, and honestly, I realize that's where I am needed. Illness sure can wreak havoc on the brain. Tonight I grieve, but tomorrow is a new day. I will continue to find the strength to be there for my husband just as he's been there for me in different ways. I will continue to hold on to hope. Without hope, what do we have? I will also continue to be thankful for my children who care deeply about their dad and myself. My husband needs me to be his advocate. He needs unconditional love, don't we all? So, I need to kick my grieving to the curb and keep moving forward. I need to stay focused and positive. I believe in the power of positive energy. I will adjust the sails. CC, medium staff.